Nightwing movie. Can I say that? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Nightwing movie. I'm Hector Navarro. This is Screen Junkies News. You guys, you heard me correctly, friends. In an exclusive that ran today in The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers is moving ahead on a Nightwing movie. Again, Nightwing. This is not a drill. According to the report, Lego Batman movie director Chris McKay, who clearly proved that he knows Batman better than anyone, including me, is in negotiations to direct on a script written by Bill Dubuque? Dubuque? Help me out, guys.
Dubuque.
Great, Dubuque. Bill Dubuque, who is also in negotiations. The film is reported to follow Dick Grayson, Batman's first Robin, the one that got away and fought crime in his own way. But we have very little information beyond the fact that it's just Dick Grayson. With me here to talk about this are Joe Starr and Adam Lavick. Let's get into it, boys. You having fun with the cups?
So much fun.
Such
cool cups. The best cups. I love them so much.
I think it's Dubois.
Dubois? Thank you. Bill Dubois. Apologize, Mr. Dubois. Bill Dubois. I like the way your name is spelled. Guys, are we excited about this? This is a Nightwing movie. Is it going to be part of the DCEU? This is Warner Brothers moving forward on something that's not Batman, but it's kind of Batman. How excited are we about this?
It's Batman.
It's Batman.
It's Batman. I like this. I love Nightwing and sort of that tier of characters, the Teen Titans and the Jason Todds and the Tim Drakes. These are my favorite DC characters.
Yeah.
So this is really cool news.
The legacy characters, legacies. Yeah.
I'm on two ends of the spectrum. I'm excited about it because I love the fact that we're finally going to get Robin in a Batman movie. We haven't seen him since 1997. Portrayed by Chris O'Donnell. Meh movie.
Sure.
Kind of a meh Robin.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
I'm not trying to poo-poo on them too hard.
To no fault of Chris O'Donnell.
Right, exactly. I've been wanting to see Robin for a really, really long time.
You don't like that movie?
Hey, man, I love to drink to that movie.
It's a great drinking game. Great drinking game.
So I'm super excited to see this character brought back on the big screen. Even though he's not going to be Robin, he'll be Nightwing. I'm sure we'll get some sort of a backstory as to how these two characters, why they had a falling out, where they are in their lives and their careers.
Yeah. Now, what's the flip side of that?
On the flip side, it's another Batman related character.
Sure.
And I think one of the things that I know we've talked about in the DCEU is Warner Brothers in general as a studio, not DC Entertainment necessarily, but Warner Brothers as a studio, they've been really dependent on Batman for all the success that the studio has. Christopher Nolan's trilogy was massively huge for that studio.
Earlier today with the announcement of Matt Reeves,
exactly,
they came out and they're like, Batman, our crown jewel.
Exactly.
Which is like, they're
Which kind of bothered me, but I understand why.
Sure.
Well, look, that's what I was going to bring up too. I mean, Batman is the crown jewel for that, not even just DC, that's studio in a lot of ways. For all of film.
Yes.
For
Take
movie
that seriously, comments.
Yes.
And in the same way that Marvel is like the Avengers is the billboard, and then they build characters sort of under that. Yeah, build up the Bat family.
Sure.
And if Batman is your Avengers, then go for it. Give me Nightwing.
But they have Avengers. They have the Justice League. That's the Avengers.
No, I think
Batman.
It's the Bat family.
I think sure on paper you have the Justice League, but when you really talk like here's our crown jewel. It's Batman
talk about
and company.
A great family. It's not just Nightwing, but we were dropping names.
It's an incredible Rogues Gallery, incredible supporting cast.
Supporting cast. Commissioner James Gordon's the best supporting character in a comic book story ever. Alfred is fantastic. Not only that, but
you already have Harley Quinn spinoff that David Ayer's doing.
Gotham City Sirens is another Gotham City Batman centric project. But you guys were saying names like Red Hood, Jason Todd,
Stephanie Brown.
Damian Wayne. This could lead to Damian Wayne and the new League of Assassins with the new Talia al Ghul. This could lead to Tim Drake, a third Batman after we get a Nightwing film, and maybe we see the resolution of that storyline, and Batman and Nightwing sort of agreeing on where they stand. Then it's like the Ben Affleck Batman or Bruce Wayne meets the Tim Drake.
Right.
That's such a great group of characters, and that's super, super exciting.
Well, something I love that Batman v Superman did, and hey, internet, I'm a guy in a shirt that says Screen Junkies on it, saying that they did something that I really loved. I love that they were like, Batman's been doing this for ages.
They put it in there.
It's a screwed up costume.
It's a shortcut.
It's just such a smart idea to just not start him at year one again. Everyone knows who Batman is. Everyone knows the characters.
Exactly. Going off of that, if people aren't that familiar with Robin, they see that suit. Are we now to believe that that was Dick Grayson's suit? Was it Jason Todd who was killed? And that's part of the motivation of what Bruce Wayne was going through in Batman v Superman, whether they explicitly stated it or not. I mean, whose suit was that? Is that Jason?
I think we all know that Zack Snyder likes to remain as faithful to the comic books as he can. So if we're going to assume that it's Robin, it's got to be Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I think there was even on like the Warner Brothers tour, one of the tour guides accidentally let it slip that it was Jason Todd, and they had to like remove that from one of the videos that they did.
That poor guy lost that job.
Yeah, but I mean, it's safe to assume.
I just read comics.
It's a cool tour too. If you're ever in LA, take a tour.
It actually is really cool. But I don't think that they would change that from the comic books. I think if you're going to set that up, one, you set up an entire backstory of that Robin, Jason Todd. You also set up the fact that there could be a Dick Grayson still around that Robin and his turn as Nightwing, and also the Red Hood. So just having that one Robin suit in that movie, you've created this entire expanded universe
all of this
of potential.
potentially exists. Yeah.
Chris McKay, coming hot off of the success of the Lego Batman movie, which was crushing it critically and financially. Is he the right guy to direct this? Does he know Batman? Does he understand the world? Does he get it?
Lego Batman movie, from what I read, it was his first directorial debut.
Sure.
That's a really strong movie.
It's very, very
because it deals
strong
with 78 years of Batman history. It does it extremely well. It pays homage to so many things in Batman's legacy.
Every iteration.
This being live action, yes, it is very different. I think on some levels it's easier, some levels it's harder. But I think if he's confident about the property, he's confident about the character, and he really wants to do it, he's clearly a Batman fan. I don't think you get Chris McKay to do another DC movie other than something that's related to Batman.
Absolutely.
Because of how well he knows that history.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
I mean, the guy's got a Catwoman tattoo. He loves Batman.
He's got the goodwill coming off of Lego Batman. And comedy's hard, man.
Yeah.
And if you can crack a comedy that also has a really great story and emotional arc to it, you can do a solo
Nightwing movie.
Absolutely.
And going off of that, Nightwing is not the most dour, somber, depressing, dark character. He is the opposite of that. He's light.
Yeah.
He's what he is to me, and to a lot of people, the interpretation of the character is he's proof that Bruce Wayne succeeds, because Bruce Wayne fights a relentless, never-ending war on crime. He will never win because crime will always exist. When he stops a mugger, it's going to be a different mugger the next night, and that's depressing, and that's awesome. That's depressing for Bruce as a man. But when he takes in Dick Grayson, we see pieces of it in that relationship explored in the Lego Batman movie of all places. But when he brings in Dick Grayson, he can prove to everybody, I succeeded in one aspect. I helped raise this kid.
Yeah.
And he didn't become a kid like me who didn't have my parents and went down a dark, dark path. Even though I had Alfred as a father figure, I was able to be there for Dick Grayson when he lost his parents. And that's a complete circle. That's such a great built-in thing about this relationship between these two characters. So there is a side of Dick Grayson who is lighter. He is a circus performer, an acrobat, the equivalent of working in Cirque du Soleil today. The guy's got skills. He's very taut. He's very tight. But he's also
good bod.
He can be a jokester. He can be quippy. He can be funny. He fights crime differently when he's a superhero Nightwing. He's a little bit more like Spider-Man, some would say. He's nimble, and he has more of a sense of humor, and he takes life a little bit less seriously than Batman, and that's kind of his philosophy about life. Because of the difference was he had Bruce Wayne in his life when he was being raised. So to have Chris McKay go, the fact that you mentioned the comedy aspect of that he can do comedy, I think that's really, really exciting, Joe. And I think you're right on the money that he might even bring some of that comedic sensibility to this story, and a character who fits in the DCEU, which up to this point has been very dour and very dark, and we're now seeing glimpses of the hope is coming. The hope is coming. Nightwing could be a part of that hope, which is really cool. Who do we want to play Nightwing? Let's get some fan casts out there.
Well, so I was looking around and I was like, who is somebody that's like...
That's not already playing a superhero.
Well, I wish. That's impossible nowadays. But my pick was Aaron Taylor Johnson. He was Kick-Ass, obviously, and then he played Quicksilver in Avengers Age of Ultron.
He was in Godzilla.
He didn't make it out of that movie. So I saw Nocturnal Animals, and I was actually really impressed with his performance. It's a very dramatic performance. And, just seeing some of his work, I wasn't really sure whether or not he could... what his range really was.
Sure.
But after seeing that movie, I think this version of Nightwing, what I presume would be a little bit of what you're talking about, he would be a more lighthearted character to kind of be the opposite of what Batman is. But I think in moments when there is some serious tension between him and Bruce Wayne or him and Batman, we need to see that other side of Dick Grayson.
And Aaron can hold it down.
And I think Aaron could pull it off, yeah.
My choice for fan casting was Zac Efron is my choice. For two reasons. I think he's super funny, and I think he's an incredibly good-looking human being.
Tight bod.
bod.
good
He's got
looking.
the bod.
Real tight. He's got the bod. He's ridiculously ripped. He's got like a 12-pack or something stupid on his stomach. It's ridiculous. But I think that he's a good actor, and I think that his comedic sensibilities are underrated. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that in Baywatch, but I love 17 again with him and from Reno 911, Thomas Lennon.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. They have great chemistry. So I think that my choice checks a couple of boxes, maybe not every box, maybe not some of that darkness that Aaron Taylor Johnson brings to the role, but I think that Zac Efron is super likable, super charismatic, can hold down a movie.
Yeah.
He looks just like Nightwing Dick Grayson. I think he could do it. Joe, who do you got?
A lot of people talked about Stephen Young from Walking Dead filling this role. I'm going with Louis Tan, who is playing the villain in Iron Fist.
Ooh, a little bit more of an unknown actor.
A little more of an unknown
now.
actor, and I think as much as I like the studios kind of being able to play ball and getting the Ben Afflecks and the Benedict Cumberbatches and
A lot of
I
ease.
think they've got chances here to really like make some new stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
The studios do. This is a guy. He campaigned really hard to play Danny Rand and was very vocal about not wanting to be a villain and is probably still playing the villain in Iron Fist. But like.
Is he playing Shang-Chi? Who's the character?
No, he's not playing Shang-Chi. He's playing. We did a video. I misspoke. I thought he was playing Shang-Chi because I was just sort of staring at his pretty face and got distracted. He's playing the Steel Serpent, I think.
Steel Serpent. That is the enemy of
someone
Iron Fist.
bad.
For sure.
I'll probably get crucified because it's probably not Steel Serpent either. But I like him as a choice because, especially as we saw in Batman v Superman, this Batman is a little more of a tank.
Yes.
Big tank.
A big sort of just walking tank. He's a little more of the Luke Cage. I'm just going to casually walk through here and hit people with car doors. And I think Nightwing should just be the opposite of that.
Yes.
Nightwing should be a guy who just is flying every which way and doing flips and handstands. And Louis Tan's a dude that can pull that off.
That's awesome. Did you have another pick? Is that it?
Yeah, no, I did have another pick. This is another weird one because again, I think this is time to really make some stars. So this is another unknown guy. He's been in a comic book movie before. He played young Johnny Blaze in the first Ghost Rider movie. Matt Long, who did a stint he did a stint on Mad Men. He was on that show Jack and Bobby. And cool. I thought about this guy because he just he reminds me a little bit of Ben Affleck in a way. Like I can see this guy being. Because Dick Grayson kind of looks like Bruce Wayne.
Right.
I mean, look, Dick Grayson,
they like
Bruce
brothers.
Wayne, Tim Drake are people that are not blood related to each other, but they're all like white dudes with black hair and blue eyes, and they're all super good looking, and like and that they bring in Damian Wayne, who is the biological son of Bruce. But essentially, all the Robins and Batmans look, and Robin or Dick Grayson, Nightwing grows up to in some iterations become Batman. So keep going with it. Keep going. He reminds you of Affleck.
Yeah, this is a guy who's shown the range. He can be intense. He can be scary. He can also be really light and funny. And I think he could bring something to the role.
Going off of that, I think Casey Affleck is too old. Speaking of that brotherly bond.
Too sad.
Too sad.
Too from Boston.
He's too from Boston. Batman, we got to go fight these guys over here. Let's do it.
The fucking bat signals up.
Let's do it. We saw that in Good Will Hunting. Like we saw that. We saw Batman and Robin, and then their buddy Jason Bourne was in the car, and then they went and beat the crap out of everybody. And I got a confirmation or correction that your first option, Joe, is playing Zhao Cheng in Iron Fist, who I think may be the Steel Serpent. I'm not entirely sure, but that's who the character's playing. That's who the character's playing. In any case, can't wait to see Iron Fist. That's going to be awesome. But like you were saying, whoever you stand next to, Ben Affleck dressed as Batman, that person's going to be a star. Ray Fisher Cyborg is going to be a star. Ezra Miller as Flash, they're going to be stars if they're not already. Like Jason Momoa is already a star. Gal Gadot's already going to be a star. But that's you put in somebody next to Affleck. There's your star. You make some new movie stars. Did I say star enough?
Nope.
Joe?
No.
Star? Okay, great. Fantastic. Last question. Here's a really exciting one. With Nightwing moving forward and a Cyborg movie in the works, which you've already maybe heard rumors that Cyborg might morph into a Teen Titans movie or a Titans movie. Could Nightwing become a part of that? Are we going to get more legacy characters, more Titans characters? Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, Robin, Cyborg. We have 2 out of the 3 right now.
I think that's going to depend because I know that Warner Brothers was developing a TV show that was going to be called The Titans and it was supposed to be the Teen Titan characters, but older.
I've heard rumors
it's been pulled off the slate now.
Yeah, that it's not going, that
Right.
it is going.
So I guess it really depends if they wanted to go the Flash route and have another show that kind of mimics what's going on already in the movies. If they don't end up doing that show, then yeah, I'm all for it. I think it would be great to do something, and I think that's what would maybe excite me more about the Nightwing idea is the fact that it's not just Nightwing. We're also going to get characters like Cyborg and Beast Boy and like all these other characters from other corners of the DC universe.
Yeah, or
to kind of
Jason
make it
Todd,
feel a little
or,
more rich.
Absolutely, absolutely. Joe, is there any other DC superheroes that you would love to hear Warner Brothers is making a movie that hasn't been announced so far?
I mean, look, I would cash in a lot of feature film chips to get even more seasons of Young Justice or a sequel series to the original cartoon Teen Titans. Not Go, just the
series?
original
Sure.
Teen Titans. So yeah, I would definitely dig those. And the other one just left my brain, so
okay.
I'm really good at this.
Martian Manhunter.
Sure.
Classic
yeah,
man.
That was the
Gold.
one. That was
Hawkman, Booster
I mean,
Gold,
look,
Blue Beetle.
I'll
Doom Patrol.
Etrigan actually.
Etrigan the Demon.
I would watch a Sword and Sorcery.
Clarion the Witch Boy. That would be dope.
A DC Universe prequel that's just set in medieval.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
The
I'd watch
trailer
that.
would open with Anthony Hopkins telling us about the Knights.
Absolutely.
The Round Table.
Absolutely. And then Optimus Prime just floats by.
Oh no!
Autobots roll. My God, wrong series.
I gotta go.
That would be awesome. Guys, you guys are so smart and handsome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Adam Lavick, Joe Starr, for that wink. Really appreciate it. Hey, Internet, we want to know what you think. What do you want to see in a Nightwing movie? Let us know in the comments below. We basically gave you all of the different options. Is there a specific Nightwing thing that you have to have? Does that include a mullet? Does it include his nice tight butt? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. You can also be tweeting at us at SJ News. We're here every single day. You can probably click on stuff here probably to watch more videos. Again, probably every single day. Hey, subscribe, keep liking. I'm Hector Navarro. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.